But hello, everyone. Hi, Happy New Year. This is Sherry Sims, founder of Black Career Women's Network. And we have Makita Matthews with us. She is our Chief Network Officer. And we wanted to come in for our first Career Tip Tuesday of the year.
Lisa Tuesday. Mm-hmm.
Kim, hi, Anita. We're going to be
They
talking
can
about
read it.
what we will and will not do in 2023. Okay.
Okay.
So we thought this would be a great topic to talk about. Before we get started, I just want to know where everybody is tuning in from. I see Carlene Holt from Atlanta.
Yeah,
That it is
neighbor. Hey, hey,
Monica.
Monica, neighbor. All you ladies in Atlanta.
Good morning from Idaho. So just real quick while you guys are coming in, just real quick, Makita is now in Atlanta for all of our Atlanta people. So we are going to be doing some things in Atlanta this year. We are so excited that we're going to be making it a regional hub. We're just announcing it to you now. It is coming. So Georgia, watch out. Black Career Women's Network is coming to you in person. So we're really excited about that.
Yes, super excited. It's been a long time coming.
Long
Definitely.
time coming, so we are
Long
super excited. So let me plug up my laptop. Like it's got a notification saying about the battery is about to die. That is so not good. But today we're going to be talking about what we will and will not do in 2023. So the reason why we wanted to talk about this is because I think sometimes we always come in and we give you a lesson or some tips and advice around a specific topic. But this time we wanted to make sure that we would come in and make sure that we are going to just kind of just talk about what we will put up, what we're going to do, and what we're not going to do in 2023. And we want to hear from you all too
time.
about thinking about what it is that you are wanting to do and not do in 2023. So we're going to kick this
Mhm.
off first with what we're not going to do is have self-doubt in
No,
2023. Okay.
no, we're not having self-doubt. We know we are smart. We know we are educated. We know we are capable. We know we have the abilities and the skills to do what we want to do our job, to go above and beyond, and to achieve the things that we want to achieve. We know we have these things. So don't let yourself come down just because something happened, this happened, or whatever. Always remember you have the ability to do what you need to do.
I mean, and how many of you are dealing with self doubt right now? How many of you are dealing with imposter syndrome? Now, Makita knows how I feel about imposter syndrome. I'm not a big fan of it. I just feel like that wherever we are is where we need to be, that we do the work to elevate. And that we should be okay with where we are, and then making sure that we're being the best where we are as we elevate and as we grow. So I'm not a big believer in imposter syndrome, but I know that it does happen. But how many of you have some self doubt right now? Maybe you're desiring to go to the next level, but feel like maybe you don't have what it takes, and you really do. And the only reason
Mhm.
why I say that is because we all have innate things within us that we're called and drawn to. And if you are feeling drawn to becoming a leader, or if you feel drawn to start a
Mhm.
business, you feel drawn to a new role that's different than what you're doing now, it's okay for you to explore those things, because that's what I would put in you. It's because you really do have what it takes to be successful in whatever it is that you desire to do.
That's
Um,
right. Well,
let's get rid of this imposter syndrome. Let's throw that crap in the trash. Let's throw the self doubt in the trash, and let's find people who will rally around us, and really help us to elevate who we are so we can soar. So
that's right.
Nina says
Sometimes,
sometimes that she deals with the imposter syndrome. We have a link that says self doubt is a pain, and I
mhm,
have issues with that.
that's right. Sometimes we have to remember again, it's not that we have a lack of or we don't we're unable to execute. Sometimes we've got to think about, is it the environment that I'm in that just does not it's not conducive to what I want to do, where I want to go. And so we have to think about these things. Don't again, don't think it's you. It's not
Yeah,
self-doubt.
and it
Like,
could be the
but
people you're around too, right? It could be the people that
that's
you're around,
that's
whether it's coworkers or family or friends. Yeah, so I think it's important that we understand where it's coming from. And then
that's
Kim, it looks like Kim says, "I don't indulge in self doubt nor worry." Okay, girl, that's what we're talking about. Love
mhm,
it.
mhm.
And Angela says, "I'm ready to grow forward. I just need the right resources, the right people around me." Well,
That's
Angela,
right.
join BCWN. It's a ton of us
Mhm.
running around here. We're all over the US. So I think it's you should join the network, which we'll talk about how. And Renee says my environment sure is unfortunately. I hate that, Renee, but you know what? You have the power to change that.
Mhm.
Candace says, yes, environment plays a major factor. I always ask myself, is the job manager of both? And you know what?
Mm,
That's a good
mhm.
that's a good segue.
Good
So
point.
another thing we're not going to put up with in 2023 is
Microaggressions.
microaggressions.
We
Okay.
will, we will not. For those of you who are unaware of what a microaggression is, you've probably experienced and maybe have not been able to put a name on it. Um, it is uh, it is something that folks do consciously or subconsciously that really invalidate what you're saying, how you're feeling, what you're doing, etc. Right? So, for example, constantly mispronouncing your name. That's one thing that that's one thing that I uh, come across very so often. Right. Another thing is just what's another example of a microaggression, Sherry?
Oh,
Uh,
it could be another microaggression, could be, and they're all subtle, right? For example, if you wear your hair natural, you go to work and it's natural one day, and the next day it's straight and it's longer, and they're like, "Oh, is that is that a weave?" Or "I didn't know that you could wear your hair like that." Or it's just anything that that makes you feel uncomfortable or tries to invalidate who you are or marginalize who you are. These things all show up in very subtle ways, and we have to
mhm,
make sure that we can recognize these and then use the tools to be able to empower ourselves by calling it out, right?
mhm,
So
mhm.
that's the one thing I think that we need to learn how to do more is to call it out, and call it out in real time,
That's
and
right.
making sure that they understand and recognize their behavior and how it
Mhm.
could make others feel.
Right,
So
right.
Paul says microaggressions is death by a million paper cuts. Oh,
Yes, it
the
is.
truth on that, isn't she? I'm telling you. Darika says yes, and then Renee says calling you another coworker's name that's also a person of color. Yeah.
Mhm,
Or
mhm,
I can't stand when they say, "Well, I can't pronounce your name, so I'm going to give you a nickname." No, you're not going to give me a
mhm.
nickname. What
Very
you
nice.
are going to do is call me by my name, and I'm going to help teach you how to pronounce it the correct way, right?
Mhm,
Because you do
mhm.
have a right to have your name announced. I mean, a name called to you correctly. It's your job to help them do that. Emerald says, when you do your job well, oh, how did you do that? I was like, I was hired to do this. I know, right? It's
Yes. Oh, like,
like they hired me to do this. You think they're gonna give me this paycheck for nothing?
that's right. That's right. Boy, oh
Lisa
boy.
Judith says, yes, pronouncing my name right and constantly spelling it wrong when you see it correctly in my emails. Vicky, I know you feel a certain way about this, don't you?
I do, because it happens to me all the time. How do I work with you for 2 years? How's my name spelled correctly in the email? And you are,
Mm,
no, you're still getting it wrong. For me, it's like, you don't respect me enough to even take the time to get it right. Come
yeah. Yeah, so Patricia says, I've heard impressed, really. I know, right? It's like,
on.
downplaying the job well done. I know that marginalization or that minimizing or the dismissiveness attitudes, Carla, that just gets me. Or you create something and they want to downplay what you created that has made a great impact. So those things I think are just, yeah. I know we could probably go on up about this the next half.
We sure could.
So the next thing that we're not going to do in 2023 is that we're not going to play into these fears and insecurities, right? We want to be able to be fearless and go after what we want.
Hmm.
We want to remove those insecurities and those self doubts. Where is this coming from? We're not talking about imposter syndrome, just fear of moving. If you're in your comfort zone and you're afraid to look for another role, or you're afraid to relocate somewhere else, if you're afraid to make some kind of move that can help elevate you, we want to just get rid of all of those things in 2023 and go for what you know.
That's right. Remember, you deserve it. You
Hmm.
have worked hard. You have done what you're supposed to do. And so when you're talking about elevating, going to the next level, et cetera, do not fear going through that process. It'll happen.
Yeah, and I think a good example is you may have a goal you're trying to achieve. You may have like a destination, a place you want to go, or a specific job, and you already have it in your mind where you want to go, or where you want to work, or where you want to do. But the goal may still happen, but it may not show up in the way that you think. And just because it doesn't show up in the way that you think doesn't mean it's still not the right direction you should go in. So getting past those fears and insecurities should let you know that our goals and dreams are not going to always be packaged in the way we imagine,
That's
and
right.
that but we still have to be fearless enough to take those chances, or take the job or relocate or whatever that's going to be to make those things happen.
That's right.
The LinkedIn user says the worst for me has been you're so articulate, as if black women can't articulate.
Yes. Yes. Uh,
Yeah. And
yeah.
then he says remember to set boundaries.
Embracing boundaries. That's a good one. That's definitely something we should be doing in 2023. Setting boundaries for the folks around us, our coworkers, our loved ones, and even yourself. Right? Don't go this far. Remember, um, because if we're going far, or if we're going above our bound, or what am I trying to say? If we're going beyond what we set for ourselves as it
Mhm.
relates to energy, as it relates to giving people ourselves and not giving our own time, then we're just going to be running out of energy. We're going to be running out of things to things to say, and it's just not going to be a good you. So set boundaries for yourself and everybody else.
Yep. The next thing is what we're not going to do in 2023 is deal with toxic workplace cultures, right? Because all these other things we've been talking about falls into line with these. So if you check off the list, if you're dealing with toxic workplace cultures, there's other things in those things. And here's what contributes to toxic workplace cultures: poor
Mhm.
leadership,
For leadership. That's right.
right? Um, unworthy coworkers, untrustworthy coworkers. These things
Mhm.
play into both of those. So we're not going to deal with these toxic workplace cultures. We're not going to deal with these unworthy, untrustworthy coworkers who are lying, trying to step on your neck to get to where they need to be. All that's not even necessary. Be strategic,
Mhm.
do the right things. What's your thoughts, Makita? I know you got some thoughts.
I do. I do. I'm I'm an advocate of leaving toxic workplaces.
Hmm.
I've had to do it because I've had to sit back and say, am I going to allow this place to bring about the physiological changes and poor thoughts and habits and
Hmm.
you know, uh, uh, self reflection, or am I going to move and go into a space where I know that I could do a lot better? So leave the toxic workplace. Have a plan because we want you guys to be successful and have a job and be in a good place. But
Create that exit strategy.
right, leave
Yeah.
the toxic workplaces.
So Cindy says, say that again for the people in the back. Okay. I love that. And then Tanya says, I will dip. My sanity is priceless.
That's right.
That Tanya.
We do not have to stay at these jobs in 2023
I
that think
know,
that they
right?
can bulldoze us, give us all the work, not treat us right, not treat us
Mhm.
equally, have a very unbelonging at culture. We don't have to stay there.
We ain't got stuff.
Everybody's hiring now.
Yeah.
Everybody's
I was
so
like,
create your exit plan and go.
sorry, my lights went out. They tied. There we go. Chastity says, I will stay in peace and not pieces.
Amen.
So
The
look,
word of the day.
we want to kind of share some things of what we are going to do in 2023. We already talked about what we're not going to do, right? So this is what we are going to do in 2023. The first thing we're going to do is celebrate our wins,
Mhm,
right?
mhm,
This is the
mhm,
beginning of the year. I know you have goals you want to accomplish. Rally around the people who believe in you, who
mhm.
know that you got the goods and that really are uplifting to you, that you can share with to celebrate your wins. Become a part of BCWN because we shot to the rooftops. We got our mobile app. You can always announce it in there, and you got your own squad, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So we're gonna celebrate each other's wins, and you have
yeah. Every single one of them, big and small.
absolutely.
Celebrate all the wins.
Next is what we're going to do is go after what we deserve.
Mhm,
Okay, we're going
mhm,
after what we deserve. Again, what we're not going to do is let fear and insecurities and self doubt play into these things. We're going to throw that stuff to the wayside, and we are going to make what we want happen.
That's right.
And then the next one is we're going to empower our sisters. Okay. We're going to rally around our girls. We're going to, BCWN, we are here as part of your rally, as part of your team to empower you, all of you,
Mhm.
as Black career women, and helping to support you in your aspirations. We have a LinkedIn user who says they're in the process of creating their exit plan now.
Good, good.
Candace says, yes, celebrate your wins.
Mhm.
Angela says, celebrate big and small. And Kim says, we must leave jobs that are a threat to our self esteem.
That's
Yeah,
good. Yes,
that
we
is so
do.
good. Right. Exactly. A self esteem has to be intact. And you don't want to get to a place to where you have workplace trauma and now you have baggage because you're going to do
Mhm.
it to the next place.
Mhm.
So I think that's hugely important, that you do that. I think all these are great. And she
Yeah.
says, thank you in advance. This is important stuff.
Yeah. We have one last thing that we are going to do in 2023, and that's speak up. Speak up for yourself.
Hmm.
Again, go. This is really the first step of going after what you deserve, saying what you want, and saying that you can get there. You've done this, you've done that, etc. But also, when we're talking about microaggressions, speak up in the moment and say, "This is not okay. This is how you treat me." So speak up for yourself.
Yeah, I think that's hugely important, to speak up on all aspects, not just when something is that you're experiencing a microaggression, but to speak up to say, "Hey, this is what I desire for my career. Can you support this?" Speak up for everything that you want to see happen in your career. And if you can't get where you are, create that exit plan so you can go where you can be celebrated and where you can be empowered to grow and develop into the professional you desire to be, or if you're looking to just maximize your potential.
That's right.
So, yeah, it's important to know that what we are going to do in 2023 is we are going to speak up.
Yes.
Okay, for sure. We're not playing around with you, sisters. Okay, we want you to speak up. Right? She says yes, to be confident in using your voice. It matters. We matter.
Mhm.
Absolutely. She says especially for the pay you're worth. Yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
Coming up for salary negotiation is going to be coming up. That we're going to do a workshop on that soon. Makita, before you go and wrap up, do you want to share with them what's going to be about the Mentor Summit in Atlanta?
Yes. So we are doing our first annual Mentor Summit in Atlanta. So for the past couple of years, we've been virtual. Of course, we've been doing the Mentor Summit on Toucan. We've done it on Zoom. Both went great. And prior to, we've been doing the Mentor Summits in Chicago.
7 years.
I
Yeah.
wanted to say Chicago, not Chicago, uh,
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati and Columbus, Ohio. But
Mhm.
now that I am here, Atlanta is a regional hub for BCWN. We are bringing the eighth, this is the eighth year,
Eighth
uh,
year.
our
Mhm.
eighth year, we're bringing the Mentor Summit to Atlanta. So, ladies in Atlanta, please, please, please look out for the save the date. We're going to be posting that soon. Make sure you get on the list to get notified when the actual RSVP and registration comes out. We have got a wonderful group of career mentors, those who are considered, experts in their industry.
Mhm.
So some really good, insightful ladies in Atlanta that you'll want to just really pick their brain and ask them some questions. So we're super excited. That date is April 22nd.
April 22nd. Mhm.
April 22nd. So a couple of months now. So again, like I said, please look out. And after that, Atlanta will be having a lot more in-person events to be able to fulfill the needs that we're seeing here that the Black career ladies in Atlanta have.
Yep. So we're excited about that again. And Black Careers Network is headquarters in Cincinnati, Ohio, which is where I'm at. But the regional hub is in Atlanta. The Mentor Summit, we've been doing it for 8 years. Actually, 7 years. This will be our eighth year doing it. So we're going to have one here in Cincy, but then we're excited to have the first inaugural one in Atlanta as well. So we're excited about that. But also, too, for those of you who probably will want to watch the replay of this, will have it available. But we want to invite you all to join our community and join BCWN. Overall, we have a mobile app. You can download our mobile app from the App Store or Google Play if you're wanting to get connected and learn more about BCW. And this is a great way to stay connected with us. We love talking to you all on LinkedIn, but to take it even further, we have videos, podcasts, downloads. We have micro learning lessons,
That's
career
right.
resources, job resources, all kind of stuff in here. Visit
Events.
in your pocket on the go. We actually even have live streams that we do. We're actually live right now within our app in the community right
Mhm.
now. So it's a great way to get connected. Anyone who's wanting to join, the link is at the bottom. It's the Career Hub, bcwnetwork.com. If you sign up from your laptop or your desktop and you want to become a member, you can use the code new member 23, and that's going to give you a really inexpensive rate to join. And we have a free trial too, and we have a free community, but for those who want to be able to access the resources. So anyway, enough of that. We came here to share with you guys what we're not going to do in 2023 and what we are going to do. And I'm glad and hopefully that this was helpful. Angela says, anything for the Maryland area, or can out of state women take advantage? Absolutely, you can.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Nina says, will you post the information for both events? Yes, we will. Now,
Yes.
here's the thing. If we always did this event in person, we did it virtual
Mhm.
for the last 2 years because of COVID. However, if you all are wanting us to do it virtually again, we can make that happen. We just
Mhm.
know that you guys want it. So that other than that, we can make that happen. Until then, Cincinnati, Atlanta is where there's going to be the Mentor Summit virtually. We can make that happen if we have a request for that. Other than that, that's where it's going to be. But we would love for you all to join the community. You can, again, download the mobile app from Apple, Google Play Store, or you can go to your desktop at careerhub.bcwnetwork.com and then use the code new members 23, and then that will got you in. All right.
That's
I think we want to wrap this up really quickly. Thank you for joining us for our career tip Tuesday, and I
Thank
hope
you.
it was empowering for all of you. We have LinkedIn users, especially to pay for your worth. I think we've got, oh, Nina, yes, we are going to post the information for both
Mhm.
events. I posted that already. All right. I think that we are going to go ahead and wrap it up for the day. You guys,
Mhm.
amazing, amazing work week. And then we will talk to you all soon.
Talk to you soon. Bye
Bye,
bye.
everyone.